Hopefully this works. Good morning. I'm Navyn, Salem, and I am founder and CEO of Edesia. And I used to be one of those shy girls who wouldn't say anything. And now since I've found my issue, you can't shut me up. So anyway, and the other reason that I founded this organization is not only because we have a massive problem of malnutrition globally, but I have 4 daughters. And I'm up here also to lead by example and hope to inspire them, even at the home level, to begin. So today I'd like to talk about from innovation to impact and looking at the problem of malnutrition and trying to solve it in many different ways. So Edesia is a social enterprise nonprofit with the mission to treat and prevent malnutrition in the world's most vulnerable populations by the production of a little food product like this. And so that's the model that we're using now. And so back in the day when I got started here, I started to wander around East Africa and realized that there was a massive problem going on all over the world. And we have millions of children who are severely malnourished, moderately malnourished, and 150 million who are stunted that we've talked about earlier in this session. And that is really shocking in this day and age that kids can die from something as simple as a lack of food nutrition. And that is something that, to me, just couldn't wait. And so I needed to figure out something to do about that. So we came up with a partnership with a French company called Nutriset, who created these products. This one is called Plumpy Nut. And it's a mixture of peanuts, milk powder, vegetable oil, sugar, vitamins, and minerals that can rehabilitate a child in a matter of a couple of weeks. And the impact and the ability to change a child's life is so simple. We just need more access and more of it. So this is the transformation that we can make. And you see the child on the left doesn't even have the strength to sit up, to hold up her own head. And with taking this product for about 6 to 8 weeks, we have what you see on the right-hand side. I can barely recognize these children after they have had this intervention. She's sitting up, she's smiling, she's strong, she can run around like a 2-year-old should be able to run around. And I can barely recognize her except for the little braid sticking out of her head that tells me that's the same child that we saw 6 weeks earlier. So what do we do about this? So I started a factory. We have an 83,000 square foot state-of-the-art factory that manufactures these products 24 hours a day, trying to respond to famine areas in countries all over like Nigeria and Yemen and South Sudan and Somalia. And these are some of my employees from 20 different countries that come together to help make this possible. Our partners are UNICEF, World Food Program, and US government, and we are selling these products to them to do the distribution on the ground and get to these kids through existing healthcare systems. So all of these countries, since we started in 2010, have been able to reach almost 6 million children in 50 countries. So this model is working. However, it's not good enough, right? We are only, with all of our partners that are working together, we are only reaching 20%. That is not good enough. So how else are we going to reach? This model of social entrepreneurship is working well for a few million, but there are so many more that we are not reaching. And so my job is to now, this model is working, let's look at new approaches. How else can we address these issues? And we talked about stunting. Roger talked about it beautifully. So stunting is limiting potential. And so sometimes I'm very impatient and I can't wait for a government to get on board with things and maybe recognize that there are ways to solve problems that maybe can take more of a private sector approach. And I did notice one of the slides here that said 0% responsibility is in the private sector to address the issue of malnutrition. So I guess I'm here to tell you that I hope that's not true. So we're looking at a project in India. And India houses half of the world's malnourished children. And so maybe we take a completely different approach. Maybe it's not UNICEF or World Food Program that we need to go through to reach these millions of children. Let's try a market-based approach where we create a product and we sell it in the marketplace in the most rural areas, door to door, selling this by the millions so that we can give them the fortification and the vitamins and minerals that they need to grow and build that brain that we need. In order for them to be able to go to school, we need to first build their cognitive abilities. And so maybe we can get this out door to door to millions of children in India, and it should hopefully be a stunning success, but I don't know yet. It's something that I'm willing to try. Another way that we're trying to reach the rest of this 80% that we're not currently reaching is look at maybe a different model, selling products here in the US, a one-for-one model or a Newman's Own, a different way to be able to raise funds and create awareness about a problem and give us the funding to be able to solve these problems in a very different way. So I guess what I'm saying is we've got 2 new models that have never been tried before, and who would think that I could come up with something that would solve one of those? I have no idea if this is going to solve any of these problems, but my message to you is this, that if you're willing to risk epic failure for the small chance that you do have the right ideas and you can put the right partners together to make massive change and impact to healthier, happier children around the globe, then you better try it. So all of you, take action, try new things, don't be afraid of failure, get out there and do it because it can't wait. Thank you.